Helldivers 2 has spread across social media in an explosion of popularity as an internet phenomenon with over 450,000 players at launch, becoming the IT game for streamers and content creators alike. Developed by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by Sony, this tactical live service shooter took the gaming community and industry by storm in more ways than one. But why? Why is Helldivers 2 so popular? What's the draw? Well, the answer is quite simple. It makes you feel like a badass. In case you don't know, satire and irony run deep throughout the game, and this is where it truly differentiates itself from most shooters. The attitude and gusto is constantly on full display. Just watch the introduction recruitment video.
Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty. Hi there. Democracy. Our way of life. Oh, hello. But freedom doesn't come free. No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers.
Become part of an elite peacekeeping force!
See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.
Now tell me you wouldn't sign up. You see that? That's camaraderie. The type of energy you get when you get the boys together and knock back a few Hennessy's on the weekend. This ain't no Bud Light, this is war, brother, and you're a part of it. You've been granted the power of colonization and suppression to administer freedom to all who ask and don't ask for it. Just like a true American, become a super citizen today and spread democracy for your family, for Super Earth, and eat hot dogs on the 4th of July. This gung-ho inspirational lingo is everyday vernacular for Helldivers, the elite. Talk the talk, walk the walk. You're the big man on campus. Each line that comes from the mission control officer or Eagle pilot is delivered with fine crafted inspirational quotes, vesting you and your squad mates to jump straight into the fray with sweet French serenades. Ooh, how lovely.
Today you carved another foothold in a long climb to liberty.
It's a joint effort, and it makes for a co-op dream. Your success is your squad mate's success and vice versa. You have many weapons and stratagems that you'll use to achieve this. Airstrikes, space lasers, and even exosuits. Your tools sanitize the corrupt worlds you and your squad work tirelessly to liberate. You're a statistic of pure destruction for the sake of Super Earth. And the result is a sadistic smile seeing your target get blown into mere atoms. And that carnage is a sense of fictitious realism. Enemies are finite and they react when they're filled with lead or doused by the world's strongest laser pointer. Some Terminids even go berserk, flailing their claws around and charge at you if they're decapitated before they go limp. Blood and oil burst from enemies as your freedom-fueled firearms carve limb from limb, leaving your victim a mangled mess if they weren't lucky enough to go down in one shot. You get to watch them hobble around and fall to their knees, or melt off the armor of a Terminid or automaton, exposing weak points. I mean, there's literally an achievement that requires you to shoot off both arms of a Hulk Devastator as you extract. You and your squad will rack up kills so quickly during missions that it almost turns into a numbers game.
I mean, you had more kills than either of us, so...
Yippee.
The higher the number, the more happy brain chemicals. It's kind of like an ace pilot slapping victory marks on the side of their plane. If you want to experience the world's most infectious power trip, go unload fully automatic pistol rounds into a horde of enemies. I promise you, it's like watching dominoes fall. Your Helldiver loves it too, by the way, because they'll shout for democracy even after picking up materials. Even better, your Helldiver lets out the most maniacal laughter ever heard amidst the glorious muzzle flashes and patriotic fanfare. What a time to be alive. This invincible feeling subconsciously urges any soldier into bigger battles. Mowing down an entire automaton outpost on your own? I mean, hell, you can do anything now, right? Not so fast. Even a Helldiver can be a human ragdoll, but that won't stop them. They're the main characters in their own war-torn cinematic. Partner planetary effects with beautiful rendering, natural lighting, laser and explosion effects, and you have your own personal action movie. The worlds you visit are highly detailed works of art that grants you a pre-made sandbox to play in. Some planets have weather effects and other hazards which only increase the immersion. You'll slide on ice when on an ice planet, and your energy weapons take longer to overheat. Fiery planets can whip up fire tornadoes and cause some serious damage both to enemies and you. Like ice planets, but to an opposite effect, energy weapons overheat quicker too. Maybe you encounter an ion storm on a foggy planet that prevents you from using stratagems. Your tactics may need to be altered for success, but we all know that a cinematic masterpiece isn't complete without a stellar soundtrack. Your blitzkriegs are elevated to new heights thanks to the prolific theme by Wilbert Roget II, a brilliantly talented composer and musician who has worked on many high-profile games. But more specifically, he mastered the intergalactic space war genre with scores for multiple Star Wars games as well as Destiny 2. Not to mention the upcoming Netflix release, Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem for Vengeance, yet another war drama rooted in outer space. As the protagonist in the Space Age War documentary, you control the narrative. Although the missions are linear, no two are exactly alike. Each weapon, each location, each objective, it allows for countless hours to sink into this game to unlock weapons, upgrades, and armor. Show to your fellow Helldivers you worked for this. You earned it. Mix together a gameplay loop of power trips, camaraderie, cinematic shots, and an award-winning soundtrack, and out comes a freshly brewed cup of liberty that'll make your patriotic heart sing. The Helldivers community is one that the video game community rarely sees. Typically, the average shooter is a competitive gauntlet that tests a player's anger management. Instead, chaos is comforting surrounded by friends. That's what multiplayer games are about, right? Fighting as one against tyranny, even if it's inflicted by the game's own publisher. In early May 2024, Sony pushed an upcoming update requiring players to connect a PSN account in order to access the game. They stated that optional PSN integration wasn't mandatory at launch due to technical issues. However, players in countries where PSN was not supported were effectively locked out and banned when logging in even before the update was supposed to release, essentially making a game they paid for unusable. Helldivers 2 was delisted from Steam in 177 countries. To say the community was outraged is an understatement. Users took to Steam and nuked the game's reviews, changing the overwhelmingly positive to overwhelmingly negative in the span of a day. Users demanded refunds, and surprisingly, got their wish, even if their playtime exceeded the refund window.
So I'm going to be requesting a refund for the game. And that's sad, because I love the shit out of this game, but like, what are you thinking?
Uninstalls quickly ensued, gutting the active player base. Arrowhead Game Studios continued to support the Helldivers community and assured them that this was a decision from Sony. They were backed into a corner, and in response, the official PlayStation Twitter account posted that they heard the feedback and ultimately decided not to push the PSN update. After all of that public community outcry, Helldivers finally returned to the worldwide Steam store, and locked or banned players could access the game again. To show support for Arrowhead, users flocked to Steam to reverse their reviews. A literal dream team. And you're a part of that. You're a part of all of this. you're a Helldiver. And you're badass.